Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Scoop, and I just wanted to kind of give a little preview of what's to come for the summer season and for the production specifically. So, this will be a series of videos, different ones. Hopefully, keep them pretty short. It's going to dive into each little element of the production. This first one is just a general overview of what's done so far, as well as one task that we will be doing, which is only kind of two things, which is kind of like how we built one of these things, which is this top and bottom stats, just like starting screen overlay, and then API integration with Google Sheets to change some of this data on the fly. And then in the other ones, we will get into more of the details in the different elements. So what I do want to show right now is just some of the graphics that we've got going on. So how the stream might look starting on stream day. So right now, whatever is on the right-hand side would be live. So if we wanted to start things off with like starting soon, we could have this. And then we could, where'd my timer go? We could throw up this little timer on the side if we wanted to. And we could do something like that. So I could go in here and I could start this 10-minute timer. Okay, great. So our stream's starting soon, right? Sounds awesome. And then when we want to get into the action, when we get our host, this year we're looking at doing a 3-up with a host. We would just roll into our 3-up. So these would all be calls. People would come in, they'd be chatting, and we would have 3 of them. And then we would eventually go to just our primary color commentary and play-by-play for the evening. We'd merge into that. Apparently Mark's here with me today. Hey, Mark, how's it going? And then we would show up some stat stuff too. So we've got some different graphics here. So we got a leaderboard that we could play around with. We got head-to-head graphics we can play around with. And then we'll be building up some other stuff. All that stuff will be done with data. So data integrations. So all the data that's not here right now, we'll be able to edit it in a Google Sheet, and I'll show you a little bit of that today. Okay, so let's get right into it. We're talking about building just the top and bottom, and I just want to show you how we did that real quick and go into more details and in different ones. So where this starts is Photoshop. So you go into Photoshop and you build whatever you want. You make them all in different layers, and you'll notice that they all have to be on the same layer. Well, excuse me. There's no folders allowed, and you can't nest anything. That's just the way it works with bringing it into GT Title Designer, which I'll show you in a second, which allows us to add animations to our titles as well as build them out. But we can start in Photoshop and it'll bring it in. So one of the things we would want to do also is we can't have anything that isn't rastered. So we would raster the layer styles before moving things over. Raster layer, raster layer. So the next thing we would do is only take in the things we want. And so right now, all we really want is just really the top and bottoms. So we've got our text up here. We've got standings, which is text. All these things are different shapes and different texts. So we would save it. The most important thing here is that you save them as RGB and 8-bit channels. You save it as a PSD file. And then you would come over to, hello. You would come into GT Title Designer, which is built into vMIX. And it's going to allow us to edit things the way we want to edit them. So one thing you'll notice, I'll just go ahead and start from scratch. So let's import our bar vMIX. It's going to take a second because it's reading a Photoshop document. And there you go. Looks just like it did in the Photoshops. And you'll see over here on the right, we've got our different sections, right? This is the stuff that we brought in. And some of this is going to end up just being kind of placeholder stuff, and we'll delete those and build them as we want, which I'm going to do right now. So this top part right here is actually a ticker. And the way I'm going to build that is I'm going to come over here to the ticker, and I'm going to just simply click and drag the size that this thing is supposed to be. Oops. And then I'm going to make my text centered. I'm going to change this from Arial because, you know, Nobody in their right mind uses Arial. Just kidding if you like Arial. I like font called Segu UI. It's lovely. And team 00. Just for the sake of having something in there. That's what we're going to do. And then we need to change the color to white. And look at that. Here comes the text. So that's pretty neat. That's kind of fun. So we already got a little thing going on there. This is a place that we could have whatever we wanted. You can see it's 2 lines. We'll see if that causes problems in a second. This is a placeholder for Twitch chat. We're going to delete it because we can add that integration if we wanted. If we wanted to change the name of this, we could. And if we wanted to put something down there, we could. We can also add images. So if I wanted to, I could come in here and I could get an image for our logo and I could plop it in there if I wanted it to be a part of this. So there we go. We're going to save this as, and this is kind of already exists here. It's main top bot. Do it again. We'll build another one just to be safe. 2. I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to come over here to vMIX. And I'm going to close this one. I'm going to show you how I bring it up. So then I come into my add inputs, go to title, and they all work together. So it knows I just saved this. So here's main top bot 2. I'm going to go ahead and pick it. And there it is, main top bot 2. Let's see what happens when we do the overlay. Look at that. Our team ticker comes in. It's pretty sweet. And tonight's matchup comes in. Okay. And there you go. I'm going to move this up so I can actually see it in my main because I like it. And oops. Okay, cool. So look at that. We got a little ticker going on. We got some stuff going on. Now, if I wanted to edit this right now, I could come in here and go to title editor, and I have the text. So right. So I could change these things right now, which is pretty cool. So I could type in team matchups. I could write who's who, you know, and that's pretty fun. The standings is here and the ticker's here. But what if I wanted to let someone else do that? So if I wanted someone else to do that, ooh, I'm at 7 minutes. Better get done. So what I've got set up here is a Google Sheets API, and so there's a bunch of cool stuff on how to actually do Google Sheets APIs, and I will post links to that later. Oh, look at that! Well, you can look at it right now. So what you're going to do is you would make an account and you would make an API connection to Google Sheets. And oh, look, you can all read that. Isn't that exciting? You can all come in and screw up my data. And then you're going to go grab the link for the actual Google Sheets. You have to make a new Google Sheet. And here we go. Let's see. So right now what we're looking at is nothing because there's nothing over here. Every 5,000 milliseconds, this thing's going to try and read it, and it's going to see if there's anything there. So let's wait a couple seconds. Oh, there it is. Boom. So this is going to start showing us all the data we can edit. So right now, you really want to build this the way it looks. So it's kind of like an Excel version of the graphic, which I never really actually know how to use. So merge. There we go. So there's our ticker. Ticker 1. We're gonna write team 1-1. Okay, that's kind of cool. I guess it's kind of cool. I don't know. At the bottom we have our tonight's matchup. So we're just gonna come down here and it's gonna say tonight's matchups, And then I'm going to actually make an edit to this and another one so that we can actually better edit these things. 8 Eastern Standard Time, blah, 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 blah. And there you go. Those are the things we really need. And we're seeing it's populating over here. Ooh, I'm over my 10 minutes. Okay, that's fine. So this one's cool. And there you go. So what's next? What's next is that we're going to come in here and we've got our data source, right? So I'm going to back out just to kind of show you. Ticker 1, data source. Let's pull up our sheet. Where you at, sheet? Oh my God, did it again. Come on back. All right. So here's our sheet. We're going to edit this in a second. Right now, I need to go into my data source and I pick data. Sheet 1. I don't have any other sheets. This is my ticker. So let's see where our ticker is. It starts at B1, which is column 2, row 1. Look at that. It already read it. Team 1-1. Okay, look, team 1-1. Wow. It's like so cool. So anybody has access to the sheet can come in here and make some changes. So if they want to say team 2, 3, team 4, 4, which none of these standings make any sense because they're all different. And bingo. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So bottom right text right now it says team matchup. Let's make some changes. So we're gonna go to our data. We're gonna go to sheet 1. We're gonna column 2. We're gonna go to 4. Nope. Didn't get it. Oh, I did get it right. Look. No, I didn't. 6. Tonight's matchups, right? Okie dokie. Boom. It says tonight's matchups. It's weird that I wrote that in partial caps. That's kind of dumb. Tonight's matchups and edit and done. So we actually want to make another line underneath instead of the way it's done. So I'm going to go back over to title editor and I'm going to, oops, not do that. I'm going to delete this. Oh my God. I'm going to make, can I copy and paste this without, dang it. Where you at? Duplicate? Ugh, gross. Copy paste. Go back over here. Oh, it's all gone. Just like that. That's okay. So we've got team A versus team B at time. Okay, so we've added a new line that we want to be able to edit. So we're going to go save as, overwrite our current one. We say yes, we don't care. Go back into vMIX, and all we're going to have to do now is just reload, and we've got our new line here. And so we've got, look, bottom right TE2, bottom right TE3. We would want to go in and make those clean. Column 2, number 16. Look at that. So now, if I go into the sheet, I don't like the way that that's capitalized. Team versus team. It'll change it. Okay. So that is the first video in the series. Came in at 15 minutes. Trying to make these a little tighter. Maybe they'll be longer. I don't really know. But that's the basics of what we're working on for this year. As you can imagine, some of this stuff is a little bit more complicated. Well, maybe not complicated, they're more involved, right? All these little text boxes would be on a sheet. All these things over here for the KDA and the DPM, that'd be on a sheet also. And anyone can just, well, anyone, people with access can come in and they can edit it. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.